Most women will forget you the moment you stop feeding their ego. Harsh? Yeah, but true. You can spend months chasing her, complimenting her, buying her gifts, proving you're different, and she'll move on like you never existed. But every woman has that one guy she never gets over. Maybe it's been years. Maybe she's in love with someone else. But one song, one memory, and boom, he's back in her head. Why? Because he did things differently. Things that cut straight into her psychology and left a mark she couldn't erase. Here are 5 things women never forget about a man. Do them right, and she'll remember you forever. 1. He walked away when it was hardest. Walking away when it's easy doesn't mean much. Anyone can leave when they're bored, tired, or done. But walking away when your heart still wants to stay, that's where respect is born. That's where you become unforgettable. Most men stay in bad situations because they're scared. Scared to lose her, scared to be alone, scared to start over. They'll keep chasing a woman who's breadcrumbing them, stringing them along, or using them as a backup plan, because they'd rather have something than nothing. But the man she never forgets, he's the one who walks away while he still wants her. No begging, no drama, just quiet, calm distance. That move messes with her in ways you can't imagine. She's used to men clinging, she's used to men fighting for scraps. She's not used to a man who chooses his self-respect over her attention. Think about it. She knows you wanted her. She knows you could have stayed. But you didn't. You didn't try to convince her. You didn't try to win her back. You just left. That burns into her memory because it's rare. This isn't just about romance. It's about self-worth. Walking away at the height of your desire tells her and yourself that no person's attention is worth your dignity. That kind of discipline is powerful. She might date other guys after you. They'll give her more attention, buy her more gifts, bend more rules. But when she's alone, she'll think about you. The man who didn't fold. The man who had feelings but still walked away. The man who put his standards above his emotions. And the best part? She'll never fully understand why she can't forget you. She'll think it's because you were different. But deep down, it's because you did something most men can't. You showed her that her beauty, charm, and attention weren't enough to make you abandon yourself. Walking away when it's easy is common. Walking away when it's hard is rare. And rare stays in her memory like a scar. 2. He made her earn his attention. In today's world, attention is cheap. A woman can post a blurry selfie, and within minutes, her DMs are full. Compliments, likes, heart emojis, it's endless. Most men think the way to stand out is to give even more attention. Flood her with validation. But that doesn't make you special. It makes you predictable. The man she never forgets is the one who makes her earn his attention. He's not ignoring her to play games, but he's selective. He doesn't double tap every post. He doesn't reply instantly to every text. He's not hanging on her every word like she's the center of his universe. Why does this work? Because value is tied to scarcity. When something is too easy to get, people stop appreciating it. But when she has to work for your focus, something changes. She starts noticing what gets your attention and what doesn't. She becomes more intentional with her words and actions. She puts in effort. And once a woman invests her energy, she becomes emotionally attached. This isn't about being cold or rude. It's about holding your time, energy, and focus to a standard. You're not another guy throwing praise just to be liked. You're a man with a life, goals, and priorities. She's part of your world, not your whole world. When you finally give her real, undivided attention, it hits different because she remembers how rare it is. She remembers how much she wanted it. That's the part that sticks. Here's what most men get wrong. They think being nice means constant attention, but women don't chase nice. They chase challenge. They chase curiosity. They chase the man who makes them feel like earning his attention is an accomplishment. And here's the twist. The attention you give has more power when it's selective. A compliment from you feels worth 10 from any other man. A text from you feels special because you don't send them just to fill silence. You've made her associate your attention with value. Long after you're gone, she'll remember the guy who didn't just hand over his focus like it was nothing. She'll remember the effort it took to get you to look her way. She'll remember how your attention made her feel important, but not entitled. Attention is a currency. Spend it wisely. And when you make her earn it, you become unforgettable. 3. He made her feel safe without being weak. There's a difference between being safe and being soft. Most men confuse the two. They think making a woman feel safe means agreeing with everything she says, never challenging her, or bending to please her. That's not safety. That's weakness. The man a woman never forgets is the one who gives her emotional safety and keeps his strength. He's calm under pressure. He doesn't panic when she's upset. He listens without judgment, but he doesn't lose himself in her emotions. Safety is about stability. It's knowing that when things go wrong, he won't collapse. When life hits hard, he won't run. When she's falling apart, he won't add to the chaos. That kind of presence is rare. Women are wired to value safety, it's biological. But real safety isn't about physical protection alone. It's emotional, mental, and even spiritual. It's about knowing she can be vulnerable without being taken advantage of. And here's the catch. Safety without strength doesn't work. If you're too soft, she feels like she has to lead. She can't relax. But if you're solid, she can let her guard down. That's when deep emotional bonds form. Think of the difference between a man who says, "It's okay, I'll take care of it," and actually does, versus the man who just says it but falls apart under pressure. The first one leaves a mark. The second one fades from memory. Women remember the men who were their calm in the storm. The ones who could handle their own emotions and still have space for hers. The ones who made her feel like she didn't have to control everything. Even years later, she might not recall all the details of your relationship, but she'll remember how she felt in your presence, safe, yet still attracted to your strength. That combination is addictive. Too many men try to be memorable through big gestures, romance, or constant affection, but real impact comes from emotional security. The man who gave her that is the one she can't replace. 4. He never lost himself in her. One of the fastest ways to become forgettable is to lose yourself the moment you get her. You stop doing the things that made you attractive in the first place. You stop hitting the gym, stop chasing your goals, stop hanging out with your friends. Suddenly, she's your whole world. And ironically, that's when she starts losing interest. The man a woman never forgets is the one who stays locked in on his mission no matter what. He loves her, yes. He spends time with her, yes. But he never puts her above his purpose. She's a part of his journey, not the destination. Why does this matter so much? Because women are wired to respect men with direction. A man with a vision is magnetic. It signals strength, independence, and self-respect. He doesn't need her to complete him, and that makes her want him more. The mistake most men make is thinking love means total sacrifice. They start prioritizing her over everything else, thinking it will make her stay. But in reality, it does the opposite. When she becomes the center of your life, you become less of the man she was drawn to in the first place. A woman remembers the man who kept building, the man who didn't get distracted from his goals just because he had her, the man who still showed up for himself every day. That's the man she keeps comparing others to, because most men will abandon their mission for a relationship. This doesn't mean neglecting her or being selfish. It means having balance. It means letting her see that your ambition and purpose are non-negotiable. It means making her feel like she's with a man who's going somewhere, and she's lucky to be along for the ride. And here's the part that burns into her memory. When she leaves and she sees you still grinding, still improving, still winning, it hits her. She realizes you never needed her to be complete. You wanted her, but you didn't depend on her. That's a rare kind of power. Women forget the men who make them the mission. They remember the men who had a mission before them and kept it alive during and after. That kind of man isn't just attractive. He's unforgettable. 5. He left her better than he found. Her most men take more than they give. They drain a woman's energy, waste her time, and leave her questioning herself. But the man she never forgets, he leaves her better than he found her. This doesn't mean buying her expensive gifts or spoiling her endlessly. It's deeper than that. It's about impact. Did you challenge her to grow? Did you make her raise her standards? Did you help her see her worth in a way she hadn't before? Sometimes this means pushing her out of her comfort zone, calling her out when she's being petty or self-destructive, not tolerating her excuses, not letting her slide into bad habits. And while she might resist it in the moment, she'll respect it in the long run. The men women remember are the ones who added real value to their lives. They're the ones who left a positive imprint, even if the relationship didn't last. Maybe you encouraged her to chase a goal she'd been putting off. Maybe you helped her break free from toxic patterns. Maybe you simply showed her what it feels like to be treated with respect. So much so that she could never settle for less again. Leaving her better means that every man who comes after you has to live up to the version of her you helped create. You raised the bar and she can't lower it now. That's the power of influence. And here's the thing. She might not tell you this while you're together. She might not even tell you when you break up. But months, years later, she'll remember, she'll compare, and she'll realize that no matter what, you left her in a better place than you found her. It's easy to entertain a woman. It's harder to elevate her, and that's why the man who does it becomes unforgettable. He's not just another chapter in her life, he's a turning point. She might even reach out years later, not because she wants to get back together, but because she feels compelled to say, "Thank you." And you'll know then, you left a mark that can't be erased. Leaving her better than you found her isn't about playing hero. It's about having enough self-respect to never waste someone's time and enough care to leave them in a stronger place. That's what sticks in a woman's mind forever. Most men think women remember them for the gifts, the compliments, or the attention they gave. But that's not what leaves a mark. She remembers the man who walked away when it was hardest. The one who made her earn his attention. The one who made her feel safe without being weak. The one who never lost himself in her. And the one who left her better than he found her. Be that man. Not because it will make her chase you, but because it's who you are. A man with standards, focus, strength, and value doesn't need to beg to be remembered. Women remember him for life. If you found value in this video, hit that like button, subscribe to Psychology Insight, and drop a comment below with the one trait you think is the hardest for men to master.